Hey everybody, it's Marty, the JavaScript party, and my buddy Rhett here. It's 8:08 Thursday, February 27th, second to last day of February. So I sort of have like these little tasks around the house that I like to get done during certain months and different things that I want to focus on. And the March task is to wash all the windows inside and outside of the house. That's what I want to get done in March. So the day after tomorrow, that will begin. The end of last month was I have this shed that is in the back of our yard that I try to make a little bit more usable every February. February is like kind of a really good month to do that in. And so now March is about that. By the end of March, like in 2 weeks, probably maybe 3 weeks, I'll have to start mowing the lawn on a pretty regular basis. And I have a lot of lawn to mow. And then, by the midsummer, I kind of have to mow it a couple times a week. So that kind of absorbs up all the time. But yeah, so we're almost done with February and getting ready to start with March. Now, a lot of people say that as you get older, time starts to go by a lot faster. And I have not found that to be the truth. I have found that maybe a lot of people my age don't really focus on, I mean, they sort of dip out. Like, you see them just sort of staring off into space a lot. And, and then a lot of the things that they do they kind of just do out of routine and habit. They don't really, they're not really challenged. They've sort of, their whole life is sort of all just one habitual routine after the other from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. It's the same drive in, same drive home, same meeting at this time, same that, same that. And yeah, I notice that time does go by really fast when you do that. You kind of just lose time. But if you're sort of highly engaged and in the moment, time doesn't go by fast. But speaking of time, we are trying to make this little guy rotate on time. And what we found out yesterday was that it doesn't have any animations assigned to it. And that was because over here we ended up, for some reason or another, sort of breaking loose of the whole animation scheme and just doing some stuff ourselves, which I think might be the reason we had that issue when I tried to merge, or when I tried to inject the render service into the animation service. So if the fact that I broke it out and then I'm using specific pieces of the animation service and specific pieces of the render service in the app component, that could very well be. Yeah, right. Yeah. That could very well be what is causing that problem. So I'm going to be really interested to try that out, to try to do the injection. And if it is in fact what broke it, then I'll probably spend at least a day, at least 1 or 2 sessions doing nothing but like sort of winnowing down until I can find the exact line of code that's causing that cyclic issue, because I honestly don't quite understand it, but it's just because there's a lot of moving parts. So as we can slowly start to remove moving parts, maybe we can understand what's going on there. So I put yesterday that I need to hack in some animations into the base mesh, but I actually cannot do that here because all I have is the renderer ID. And I need the full renderer to do it. And fortunately, on the next line of code, not the next line, but the next line of code, I do get the full renderer. So that is where I need to do my. And so let's see if we can just do this render. So weird, st, that it's not offering me st renderer. And then dot. Okay, what is the problem here? so weird that it doesn't. Oh, and that is because my ST renderer is, this is not like code. And I don't know why that's a problem, but I guess we could do it after, because we don't really do anything with it. So we can do it down here on our ng after init. I don't, yeah. I'm not too versed in like what you can and can't do outside of these functions. I know you can make assignments to things. So it was kind of weird that we couldn't, but so, and then we know we want to update something in the scene. And then we know we want to do something in our meshes. And I don't know exactly, but I do know that this is a list. So we'll just do a for each. And I think our console log is a bit of a disaster at the moment. So mesh, and this is an ST mesh. And I'm going to name it ST mesh, because in a minute I'll be thinking about other things and I don't want to have to try to figure that out. Console.log. Now, we should not end up with a ton of these things, so I think we're going to have to end up, I think this is going to get pushed off the screen here shortly, or very quickly, so. And we may have to go in and like do some remove some console logs. Yeah, say this. Well, so animation service line 56. Here's animations. Okay. And I did want to, let's go ahead and get rid of this one. The other one won't show because there aren't any animations, but it will show when it matters. So I guess that would be nice. Let's see if that clears us up. Yeah, okay. So right here, we want to add some animations to it. So I know that we can't just add, one does not just add an animation. There is a sort of a thing, and I believe we do that inside of our app. There's a structure, and we do that inside of our app component. And here it is. And really, since I have, well, yeah, that's not going to be too hard to remember. So animation, which is an ST animation. Animation is equal to and then we want to take our mesh dot our ST mesh animations, and we want to push that onto its array. Animation, and just see what happens. I don't think it'll work because I don't think we implement it, but I'm hoping that we have that new console log. Yeah. So now we have our new console log saying, hey, you know, I want to take this animation. So I don't think we need this console log anymore, or these console logs anymore. And we want to go back. Well, let's see, what's our time? We are 10 minutes in, and I have 41 minutes to work. So I think I have time to move forward a little bit more. So let's go back to our animation service. And I think what we want to do is this animation takes the 3 mesh and the animation. So we want to do date, property for animation, and it's going to take our st mesh dot 3 mesh, which is not required, comma, and it's going to take our animation. And it's upset. I think it's upset because it is possible, since 3 mesh may not exist. It's not a required field, which I think this will actually happen when we do imports. There's a possibility the animation function may run before the 3 mesh. Yeah, so the transpiler caught that for us, and I think it should work. No. Let's see. So it should be updated. Oh, but we aren't rendering it. See, so then we need to actually render the whole thing. So this is running, and it's updating the thing. It's updating the object, but the object never gets redrawn again because the renderer has to be redrawn. Right, and that's just, see, because it's trying to redraw it. I mean, it is running over and over and over again, but now once we're done updating all the meshes, or updating all the animations, I guess this is why it's kind of nice to have this all sort of one line, because it is kind of hard to tell where the end of this for each is. I guess it'd be nice to just, let's go ahead and get rid of this. It's a bit of a distraction. And then I think what we want to do is do we have, so we want the renderer service. We want to inject the renderer service. So hopefully we can do that. I don't know if we can inject the renderer service or if we're going to run into the same problem. So let's just give it a shot. No, we don't need that. So we want renderer service, which is servicer. Gosh, that makes so much sense. Which is of type renderer service. So that's our ThreeJS service is equal to inject render service. Nope, wrong one. Render service, and just freaking cross our fingers that we don't get that weird bug. Oh, we got it. Oh no, we didn't. Okay. Whew. All right. Now, actually cannot wait to dig into that one, because I have run into that problem in the wild before, and it is very Vari of setting. Okay, render. What does renderer do? I mean, I thought that was gonna. Okay, so it takes an ID, a scene, and a camera. Okay, so we are in stRenderer.id. Renderer ID. I'm hoping it's that one. Then this stRenderer. I don't know if this is the right way to do this. I feel like it is, but and then the 3 stRenderer dot okay, so I have to get a copy. So the renderer does not have the actual scene. So let's go back and look at our renderer. So let's see if we can import the scene, scene service. Or maybe, yeah, I'm actually just curious more than anything. Scene service. Scene service. Scene service equals inject. It won't surprise me if we have that. It would have kind of surprised me a little bit if we'd have had that error for the renderer service, but it won't surprise me if we have that error here. Like if we have some sort of infinite reference back and forth. Okay, so it doesn't. So it looks like we can get the scene. Well, so. But we probably don't even want, we probably would rather go straight to the 3 side because we want the actual 3 scene, right? So like if we go into 3 scene service, wow. See, we can get the actual scene, get scene by ID with the ID. And I believe this is the STID, right? When we add it, I believe we're adding it, the ST. And it would have been kind of nice to call that STID. And maybe it'll be worth it to go back and do it. So I think I want to go straight to the scene service for this one. And you know what? Going straight to the renderer service might be the right way to go. Anyways. But it would also be nice to learn. That's kind of the most important aspect of this application is of what we're doing here is trying to learn stuff, and learning why that cyclic dependency was happening, I think is a good use of time. So we want to get the scene const 3 scene. I think I'll just say with scene. Yeah, I don't know. Dot. And I can't remember how that works. So let's go to our... Let's see. I think in our render service we actually do say what this is. Render a 3 scene and 3 perspective camera. So this is what we're... we're doing. So Alt left, and I'm just gonna paste that there and comment these. Thank you, Rhett. Scene. This dot scene service. Get seen by ID. And then we get that from our ST_render object. And we get a ST scene. Is that right? Oh, so no, that is the whole scene. Okay. Okay, let's go back over here to this and see what this says it returns. Scene service gets seen by ID. Go to definition. Okay, so that does return a 3 scene. So I don't know why it's complaining. So I'm just going to say as 3.scene. Oh, ST_render scene. Oh, because that's not supposed to be it. Yeah, okay. Let's see, what is ST_render scene? Go to definition. Go to definition. ST_render is an ST scene. Oh, okay. Go to definition. And that is an ST scene ID. Okay, so the ST scene has an ID on it, which I think makes it. Dot. And I wonder if I need this now. Okay, and then I just don't want a console.log. Okay, so yeah, that scene looks good. I don't see, it appears to always be there. I don't know, we might end up with problems in the future of a scene not being there, but I think we're always going to be good. I think this thing's going to be pretty locked down. Okay, now, const camera, which is a 3.perspective camera, and then so I think we need to bring in the camera service and all that, and I think I'm probably running out of time. Oh no, I'm good. Good. So let's go ahead and bring in our camera service. Equal to camera service, and that is equal to inject camera service. And it just automatically brought it in for us. Don't want that anymore. And that looks good. I do want to move these up though. Okay, so that was all good. And then we want to get our this dot camera service dot get camera by ID st renderer, and let's just hope that I stayed sort of consistent with this ID. Yeah, okay. I mean, with this pattern of having the ID there. Okay, so that is good. And then if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to probably call it quits for the day and sort of finish it up tomorrow, or try to figure it out tomorrow, because it could be a huge rabbit hole that I just don't have time for. I'm a winner. Woo, 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 woo. We rotating. Yeah, man, that's the best. The best of the best of the best. The best. So if we change this to Y, oops, and see, it's kind of cool. Like we put the wrong thing in there. Change it to Y. And now we rotate it sideways. And Z. Now we're rotating that way. So anyways, I think that's cool. We can also add X. We can add a second one. I think it makes sense to sort of like, we'll do this animation 1, and then make this animation 1. And so, and like these sorts of, I don't know, this whole concept didn't really exist in my old one, and it was one that I really wanted, that was like tying these animations to the mesh, and then and all that. So let's just add X and Y, just so that, because there might be a learning curve on having multiples in the future, and it's super easy to implement now, and it may be hard to figure out in the future too. And that's the sort of like little thing that I do. Like the other day I was at work, and the QA just reached out to me. He was just like, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate in the bugs and in your stories how you explain exactly what I should see, because most stories have such little information. And then like all the other developers and my boss, they were all like, now what do you do? How do you do it? And it's just like, I don't know. For some reason, showing 2 of them as opposed to trying to figure out how you do more than one, that probably saved my time in the future of learning curve by 35 seconds or something, and then, but if a second person came in and they were trying to figure out, it might do that. But so anyways, yeah, we have that. I think that is enough for the commit. I think at this point I want to commit this, basically having moved forward. Now still, obviously we do not want to be just like having just like a couple hard-coded animations, but I guess before I commit though, well, okay, so before I commit, there's a couple things. One is I want to delete, there's no reason to have this one anymore. Now I have a full suite of everything in this, so I can just delete this. Once I've deleted this, I want to see if then I can do an inject. I can inject the ST service. I do think that the way I have it, I'd rather do it this way anyways. Instead of going through ST, I think just go straight to the object, go straight to the 3 interfaces to get whatever. Like I don't want to take a chance of getting some old one. The 3 should always be current, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what timing is going on, whatever. The 3 is the truth of what our 3 objects are. So that makes sense. So yeah, so tomorrow, Friday, what I'm gonna do is delete all the stuff from the all of this stuff from the app component, and then see if I can do an if I can inject the data in there. And if that is the case, then I think you know what, I actually think there's too many moving parts because I don't think I can remove moving parts. But maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll spend some time trying to delete pieces and see if I can figure out what exact line of code is doing it. I'm thinking that it could be, let's see, in the app component. Like the problem could be like here, like this. This could be the issue. It wouldn't surprise me if that right there is the issue. And so yeah, it would be kind of nice to just, that's my first guess, is that is the issue. And then if that is in fact the issue, then I should be able to comment this line out and maybe then be able to inject the ST visual renderer into there and see if that works. And if that does work, then that makes sense. That it kind of makes sense. I don't know, it's weird to think, but it would be good to just start like removing pieces of the action and seeing what happens. Maybe, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. So probably tomorrow is going to be about trying to remove this and re-inject and see what I can do to re-inject that. I guess I'll do the re-injection and break it. So like if I come into here, let's just see if it's still broken too. To render. It just takes a lot of discipline to take time. Equals inject. Sort of force tomorrow me to deal with this. Yeah, so that breaks everything. So yeah, tomorrow I would like to just start removing stuff, like just try removing everything from the app component, and if that, all the logic from the app component TypeScript, and then see if that fixes that, and if it does, then like put it all back in and break it again and start pulling out small pieces of it and see if I can see what that is. And I don't think I'll have a strong grasp of exactly why it's breaking, but I do think I'll have a better grasp. And I think that is, gold. I think that is the difference between, being very, very good and being excellent at this stuff, is understanding those small issues. Anyways, yeah, I have 18 minutes before work. I need to upload this video. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.